For this training module, we're going to go through a lead and converting a lead to an opportunity. When you log on, you're going to be on the home screen, which will actually show you all the activity that was recently done. You can always go straight into leads and then search the lead right under the lead search tab, or you can start from the home page and do search all data, which is a preferred method that I like to search. I'm going to go ahead and enter Tommy. As you can see, the name automatically pops up. I'm going to go ahead and click it, and it's going to bring me to my lead screen, showing me that I have not made any contact with Tommy Hilken. You can actually edit the lead because when you're looking at this lead right here, you can see that the lead source is blank, and I don't have any emails or phone numbers or addresses for him. So if you have that information, you can go to Actions, edit this lead, and all the boxes will actually open up so that you can enter his email, his phone number, his fax, website, or any other information you want to correct. Once all of this information is filled in, you can go ahead and hit save, and it'll automatically bring you back to his profile. You can also make a quick change by going right onto this screen and simply clicking any of the blue links. I can change my lead source right from here and change it to any one of the drop downs that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and make this to the Morris County Chamber and save. As you can see, the lead source has now been changed, and my lead status is still showing open, not contacted. And under tasks, I have nothing listed. If I was going to start this from scratch and add tasks so that I can go ahead and start calling this person, I'm going to go under tasks, or I can start from the about page. It really doesn't matter. It's your preference. You're going to go to actions, and you're going to go to the drop-down menu that says add activity set to lead. This will give you another pop-up box. The activity set that you want to select is the lead call. It's the only one, and it'll automatically generate the first 3 actions that you need to do. You can change the date here to a future date if they tell you they don't want you to call for another month because they'll be on vacation or any other scenario. Or you can just leave it for the current date, which is the default, and then just go ahead and hit the add activity set to lead. I'm going to go ahead and add an activity set to Tommy Hilken. Once I've hit save, I go to tasks and I will see that all my activities for that particular task are in here. However, I already know that you've gone on from a lead to an actual proposal with Tommy, so I know that you don't need to do any of these. So you can actually delete them if it was a mistake. All you need to do is hover over the task and you'll see a little trash can that comes up and click delete. If you simply wanted to mark it complete, you can just hit the checkbox and it'll automatically mark it complete. Once it does that, you will see that there is a cross-out that comes up on the task showing you that that task is complete. If you check it off by accident, you can check it off again and it'll actually open the task back up. In order to update a task, you'll simply click on the link. It'll open up what you need to do and you can start making your comments right here. Once you've entered a note, you can hit and add a comment. And again, your task comments will be saved on here. If I want to go back to my lead, I simply click on right here where it says Leads Tommy Hilken, or I can just hit the back button and it'll bring me back to where we were. Once we're in the Tommy Hilken file, you can go back into tasks and you'll see all the notes are still in there. Or I can go ahead and delete it. And I'm going to delete it because I know you don't need any of these because again, I know that he is a lead that was already contacted on. Now, you've already completed your tasks, everything's gone great, and it turns out you need to add a new task that is specific for this particular client. You can go ahead and add task, and this task you can label whatever it is you want. You can check off that it's going to be assigned to you, which is going to be your default. You can check off whatever type of email, mail, meeting, phone call, or to-do that you need to do. You can give it a due date if you wanted to, or leave it blank. You can go ahead and enter if it's related to anything that's already active, although in most cases it's not going to be because it's a brand new lead. And you will enter whatever notes you want to have. Then you will hit save and return to lead, and it'll bring you back to where we were. And I'm going to hit discard for now because we don't need to add anything new. What we are going to do though is we're going to change the status. And by clicking the change link, you can actually select the drop-down that you want. If I wanted to click the closed disqualified link and I hit save, it means that this lead did not work out, and it'll show you in red that the lead is closed and disqualified. If I want to change it to not interested, it'll do the same thing, give you a closed, not interested. If I wanted to say open and we're sending information, the color for that one is going to be very different because it's still open. But I know that in this particular case, this is one that's moved on to an opportunity. So we're going to go ahead and click on actions again, and we're going to go to convert a lead. From here, the information is pulled directly from the lead screen. So as you can see, the new opportunity name is by default his name and his company. You can simply override that if you wanted to, or you can leave it as is. For this particular one, I'm actually going to call it Anniversary Rings, Tommy Hilkin. And I'm not going to create a new task. By default, it gives you the opportunity to create a task, but because we already have predetermined set activities, you don't need to enter anything in here. All you need to do is hit save, and it'll show you that you are now in the opportunity screen. Just for a second, I'm going to go back to leads, and I'm going to go back to Tommy's name. And right here under opportunities, it shows you that it was a converted lead from Tommy Hilkin. And when I go to his Tommy Hilkin lead profile, it actually shows me green because it was converted and it's now an actual opportunity that it converted to. It automatically added an organization as well. And if you needed to update his profile for his company, you could just click on that and enter his information on here. As you can see, everything has a link and it links it to anything you want. And anything with a bullseye is an opportunity. So I'm going to go back to the anniversary ring screen. On here, you can see you've got emails, notes, files, tasks, just like you do in every other screen. From here, you can actually do actions and edit this opportunity. And you always start off with edit an opportunity just so that you can fill in any missing information that may not have been changed over from a lead to an opportunity. For example, we know that this is a product-based opportunity. We know that there is probably a fixed cost that is going to go with this because I'm sure you've already given him a quote. You're going to make sure that you select whether it's fixed bid, per hour, per day, per week, per month, per year. Take your best guess. You can always edit this later. You're going to select the pipeline, whether it's for services, products, or both. In this case, we know it's for product. In this case, you can select the stage that you're at. We know that you're pretty much at the final stages. He was picking out which size ring. So we are really at the final stage of negotiation. Because if the ring size changes or if the stones change, you are going to need to give him a new price. We're going to go ahead and double check and make sure that you're comfortable with all the dates on here and then hit save. Once you have finished that, you will see that you now have a pipeline that comes up and it shows you where you are in this process. You've bypassed stage 1, bypassed stage 2, and you went straight into the negotiation stage. The next stage will be your closing decision stage. And you can change the stage at any time, forward or back, by simply clicking on this blue link right here, selecting which stage you want to go to and when you want that date to start or end, if you happen to know one. And if you don't know the start or end date, the system will automatically generate it based on today's dates. When you go to tasks, you'll actually see S3, meaning stage 3. That these are the tasks that you still need to follow up with. And we know that he's still interested and we don't know if anything else needs to be changed or if anything else needs to be submitted. Once you have everything you need, you can move on to the next stage. Once all these tasks are completed and they're all checked off, and the opportunity is done, meaning you've reached the closing decision, and we're actually going to change this stage for now into this. And we're going to say that you're going to close this on the 13th, and it's going to end on the 15th. It'll actually tell you that you're now in the final stage, and it'll create all the other tasks that are needed, with the final task being payment received and it's been moved to a project. As you can see on here, we are still in the opportunity screen, and it shows you that the current state is open and we're in the 4th stage of closing and decision. Once this is done and you have delivered, you've received your money for the items that you're going to be getting, you can actually change this to 1. If there's a reason, pricing was good or competitive and you want to track that, we can do that. If not, you're simply going to check off none. Hit save, and it'll show you that this is now a completed opportunity. And again, from here, we would go from actions, and we are now going to convert this to a project. And once we convert it to a project, we would actually track and see how long it takes for his ring to actually come in. But for right now, we're going to stop with this, and I'm going to open this back up and leave it as open. And I'm going to leave all these tasks open for now for you to work on.